I'm turning the tables.
Hi guys, so today we're talking about all things dating after 40. What's different, what's better, and what's just plain tougher. And who's better to break it down than Monique Kelley? She's a dating expert, TV host, and the creator of Cocktails and Confessions. You've seen her on Married at First Sight, The Real, and E! News. Monique, welcome to Turning the Tables. How are you?
I am great. It's so good to be here and great to meet you. Hi, Teresa. I'm so glad to finally meet you.
So great to meet you too. Monique's uncle is my next door neighbor.
It's such a small world.
He's a cardiologist. Him and his wife Val. I love them. I had them over for New Year's Eve. We had the best time. Yeah. So you heard my story.
Yeah, I know. I followed your story. I've watched the show, and my heart broke for you during that time. I mean, what you went through during that time was a lot, and the way you have come back and risen from that is just inspirational.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally got my answer that I had to go through that in order to meet Louie.
Yes. I
So
love Louis, and my uncle and Val love him. He's such a good man. When my grandmother passed, he was the first person at the house making sure my uncle was okay. Like, he is a good man, Teresa.
Oh, thank you. No, he really is. Yeah, we love them, and I know he went right away, and he has such a good heart. He does, you know. But
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, he's a good guy. So I feel like I had to go through that in order to meet Louie, and I met him when I was 48. So
Oh,
yes,
and
so
Teresa, that's like the difference between when you're dating in your 20s or even your early 30s versus your 40s. You're such a different person. You've gone through life. I mean, look at even what you've gone through from your 20s, 30s to 40s. And when you meet someone in your late 40s, you're dating for different reasons. You finally get to really date from the perspective of who you are now and understanding fully the person that you've become. And then you meet that right partner at such a great time in your life. It's such an advantage to dating in your 40s plus.
yeah, no, it really is because you know exactly what you want.
Yep.
Yes, I mean that's my whole thing. Like you shouldn't settle for anything. Like you should really be with the person that you should be with. And you know,
Hmm.
and I feel like he's out there. There's a lot of fish in the sea. So make sure, yeah. So I mean,
Yep.
and you know, and now right now I have I think I have like four single friends. They're all early 50s.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the important thing. The narrative you tell yourself, right? A lot of times when women start dating in their 40s and 50s, a lot of times it's after a long-term marriage or a long-term relationship. And in your mind, there's a fear. There's a fear that you're not going to meet anyone or you're too old to meet someone. And there are so many more good men out there than bad. So if you go into the dating scene with that positive narrative, telling yourself that, it will give you such a great approach to dating because you're not going in cynical, like these men ain't nothing. You know what I mean? You got to go in ready and positive.
Yeah, and that's what I've been telling my one friend because she just broke
Hmm.
up recently, and I was just like, all right, listen, you gotta cut it out, get over him, and really be open to meeting someone new, and like really put out there, you know, and just think about what you really want, because like I knew that person was not for her. I already knew it. Like
Oh, you knew. Uh-huh.
I knew, and wasn't even telling me like a lot of their relationship because she knew because I already said to him I don't like him. I have good intuition, I have to say, I
Hmm.
really do,
Hmm.
because I was like he's not for you. And she's like, you know, she's like, I didn't tell you because I knew that you wouldn't even like him even more about like the stuff that was going on. Yeah,
It's
so I
so
told her.
interesting when you break up with someone, when you finally give your girls all the tea, and you are just, as you're telling your friends, you're even thinking to yourself, I can't believe I stayed in this so long. It's like,
I know. So yeah, I mean, and then she's like, I need to find out why, you know, what happened, and I'm like, what? Like he does not want to be with you, girl. You need to move on. You know, like stop. You know, yeah. And
yep.
then it's been a few months, and she drove by his house, and there was a car in the driveway, Yeah. So you know what that means. So you
There,
need to like
there's your
close.
answer.
Yes, you need to like move on.
Yep.
Yeah. And then she went back in the morning and yeah, there was
Was the
something
car
there.
still there? The car was still there
Yes,
from the up.
yes, yes.
Like, girl, listen, let me tell you something about closure. We always think if we have that last conversation, that
Right.
last moment, somehow it's going to make you feel better. And typically, that if you get that last conversation or that last moment, you feel worse because you realize the person that you broke up with, that is really who that person was the entire time. They just showed up more once you left. Closure
Right.
is just, yeah,
Yeah, and you know what? I think she had to see that, which I'm glad she did, because I feel like now she, because she kept saying, "No, we're gonna get back." I'm like, he does not. No, it's over. Stop.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Monique, why do you consider yourself a dating expert, especially for women over 40?
Okay, I always tell people I've done the legwork for you so you don't have to make the same mistakes. So basically, I was married, I got divorced, and I started writing a blog anonymously. And as I started writing that blog anonymously, women started reaching out to me, telling me more information, just giving me all of their dating woes. And I started doing research, doing focus groups, really talking to people because I always say my advice is personal, not clinical, and really getting on the pulse of what people are going through right now. And as we've talked about earlier, dating your 20s and 30s is so different. And dating your 40s, you're a different person. And I felt like women needed advice on how to handle dating in their 40s. And I became an expert because I've done all the legwork for you. I mean, I have dated them all. I've been single, engaged, married, divorced, single again, in a relationship again, single again. Like I have been there and learned through my own obstacles and woes and then through other people to give this advice.
You're right. Like the person you are in your 20s is not the same person you are in your 30s or 40s or
Yep.
50s. Yeah. No, really. I mean, I
Yep.
feel like you evolve, you grow, you learn, you have lessons in life that you learn from.
Yep.
So, yeah, so you're definitely a different person. So don't always think that, oh my God, you're going to keep attracting the same, the same guys, because you won't. You
Yep.
just got to make sure, like, if the guys that you're attracting, if they're not good, right? Do not attract this. Obviously, you have to change the way you're thinking, right? I mean,
Right.
because like, yeah, what about if you keep dating the same kind of guy that's a jerk, and like, how do you like get away from that?
Let me tell you something. When it comes to dating, there's one common denominator in every single one of your relationships, and that is you. So at a certain point, you do have to take a pause and do some self reflection about what is it that is making you attract the wrong men? What is the energy that you're putting out there? What are the past wounds that you have to heal? Because it always comes from past wounds, whether it's childhood, previous relationships. And if you don't address that and keep going relationship after relationship, you will date the same man with a different face.
You know what? That's what my husband said.
Yeah.
Because he was dating obviously the wrong girls
Yeah.
before I came
Right.
along. No, really, I swear.
Right.
And that's the thing. You have to self-reflect and work on yourself, and
Yep.
and then figure it out. Because then when he met me, it's like, yeah.
You know what's interesting too, Teresa? What I loved when you and Louie started dating, and I talk about this a lot with women, you kept that relationship close to the vest. Like you were not quick to bring him around people and make it public. And a lot of women are doing the same thing. They're doing private until permanent because you don't want to have all that extra noise in your ear and extra unnecessary, unsolicited advice. I loved how you handled that when you two first started dating.
I mean, how do you know that? Because I tried to keep it really hush hush because
Yeah.
of who I was. But then thanks to my brother, he's the one that ended up saying that I was dating someone on the show
Yeah.
because of course using me again as a storyline. And
Yes.
that's how I ended up bringing him out because I really didn't want the world to know right away. I wanted to keep him private, especially because I wanted to protect Louie. We've gone through a lot of like heartache with because what my brother did with my family,
Right.
and
Right.
like and with outside noise. Thank God. And if our love wasn't that strong, we probably would have not made it because we had all this outside noise trying to hurt us.
Yes.
Thank God it was like not between Louie and I, but it was like other people trying to take us down,
And it was more than just your brother. So how did you and Louie get through that? Because it was still, you guys were still, it wasn't a long-term relationship, and I knew you guys had a strong love. How did you guys work through all that? Because it was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I just kept talking to Louis, like just like he calmed me down because I used to be
Yeah.
I was like, have that Italian fiery temper. So he has calmed me down. And I feel like I, just kept him, yeah, because it was a lot for him too, because he didn't understand this whole world. It is hard, it
Yeah.
is hard, reality TV, because it's actually your real life, that's actually going on, Well,
Yeah.
not
Yep.
fake for some people. No, my
That's
God,
what I was
but
gonna
like,
say. For you, you were presenting your real authentic life.
yeah.
Unfortunately for others, they weren't, which is why you were used as a storyline. And I think it says a lot too, because I'm originally from Jersey, so I could be a little spicy. Don't let
Ah,
you piss me off. I'm going there. And I think it's important when you meet someone, when you know that's who you are, meeting someone who doesn't necessarily want to change you, who wants to flip and change who you are, who embraces who you are, yet together you guys enhance each other. That is so important because at a certain point at this age, we can make some adjustments, but we are who we are. And I'm unapologetic for that. And I think it's good that you are too.
and I like that you just said that, because one of my other girlfriends that is single now too, he was trying to change her,
Oh,
and you
no.
either accept them for who they are and
Yep.
not try to change them. Like she thought that he would change too, because like he was really controlling, and I'm like, no, you're not gonna change him. That's just the way he is. And then
Absolutely.
even his ex-wife ended up telling her the same thing. Like, that's how he is. Like, you're not gonna change him. Like, that's the thing. It's hard to change someone. Don't you agree? It's either you
You
accept them
can't.
for who they are, or then don't be with that person.
You can't change them, especially later in life in the more seasoned years. And you also have to listen to what someone is telling you. Men will tell you everything you need to know about them. They are very straightforward, especially when they first start dating you. And you have to listen. You have to listen and not try to interpret what they're saying, but listen to every single word they say. Lots of times men will say, I don't want a long term relationship. I don't want to get married again. And you think you're going to stay with this person. And because you've met their family, they met your family, they're going to change their mind. And a lot of women get stuck in a second life, midlife crisis with dating because they are with someone wanting to change them. And now you're wasting your 40s and your 50s with someone who doesn't align with what you want. Okay, so at this age, you're not looking for someone to build a life with. You're looking for someone to enjoy life with. Here's the thing. When you're dating in your 20s and early 30s, a lot of times you're dating to build a family, right? And you're
Right.
looking for that. And then you have the children and you have an 18 to 20 some odd year, I don't want to say distraction, but you're busy raising kids. So a lot of people, the kids leave the house, you guys are together, and you are like, who the hell is this person? I don't know who this person is. Whereas now when you meet someone, most of us, we're empty nesters, the kids are out of the house, or you haven't had kids, and you really have to find someone that you like, that you enjoy being around, because you're not going to have the distractions of raising kids. It's going to be the two of y'all.
And my whole thing is, listen, exactly. If you're with your first husband, just say, or if it's not right, go be happy with someone else,
Right,
right?
right.
Go, like, don't just stay for the kids, because first of all, if you're not happy, the kids know that you're not happy, because
Mhm.
it's very transparent, right? I mean, kids know everything.
They
So,
do.
and it's like you want to show your kids that you want to be happy in life. You have one
Yeah.
life to live, and live it. I feel like you need to live it the best way possible. Because
Hmm.
like my kids are like, my kids even say, like, mommy, you s- you and dad, I don't you and daddy really don't, not this, don't kind, I could see you more with Louie, like, we
Yeah.
could definitely see you with Louie, not with daddy. They even say it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious, Teresa, just out of curiosity, do you think had you not gone away or he had not gone away, do you think you guys would have ultimately ended up being divorced anyway?
I'm a very loyal person. I probably wouldn't have left him, but
Yeah.
that's not the way my life was supposed to go. My life was supposed to go the way it went.
I love how you said that because for so many women in particular, we play the coulda, shoulda, woulda game,
Yeah, I
or
know.
when we keep reflecting on that instead of being in the present moment and enjoying where we are, or you live out of fear and you're so afraid of leaving a situation because you're worried that you're going to be alone or that this is the best you can get, that you stay in a situation that is not healthy for you. And then I know people that have been with guys 20 in their 20s, in their 30s, in their 40s, and they're still with them. They're still unhappy. And at a certain point, you do have to choose you. Absolutely.
Like, do you believe what's meant to be in life, it's gonna, like, whatever's supposed to happen in life, like, it's supposed to happen? Like, do you believe that?
Absolutely. Even the most tragic circumstances, like I can even look up my life and certain things that were such tragedies that happened, and I get emotional even thinking about it. But had those things not happened, I wouldn't be where I am now. So I love how you said that. I mean, you just said it just so poetically. Absolutely.
Okay, let's go to some fan questions. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. These are from Turning the Tables Instagram page. This is from Maria in Staten Island. It says, Teresa, have you ever tried dating apps? Oh no, would you have tried dating apps? If you hadn't met Louie?
No, I don't think so. I mean, everyone kept telling me I should go on Raya.
Yes,
Raya's
that's the
like,
one.
yeah. Um, I just because I'm in the public eye. Let me tell you, it was hard. Like, no guys ever came up to me. When I went out, no guys came up to me. Like, they really did. They were scared. And I mean,
Really?
yeah, they were like nervous. Yeah.
Did you give an indication that you were interested, or were you closed off?
I know. I'm like, I like, I don't know. Maybe I look like a bitch. I don't know.
No, you don't, girl. You look good.
No, I mean, listen, I think I'm always like in a happy mood. So yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Maybe that they were intimidated, but I really
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah, when I used to go out, like not too many guys would come up to me. Yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what though? Just because men are not coming up to you, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing something wrong. A lot of times women think when they have a dating slump or a slow dating period that they're doing something awfully wrong, and that's why lots of times, like we just said, it's how the universe has things lined up for you to meet the right person. But if you are out and you see someone and you feeling them, smile, make sure you give a little eye
Yes,
contact.
that's what I was gonna say. If you see someone you like, smile at them
Yes.
and just give them a smirk or a cute right, or maybe even wave. I don't know, like
Absolutely. Or
yeah, like
wait, Teresa, the bartenders and the wait staff have the key to your dating life because you can have them do all of the work for you. You could be like, oh, that guy over there is cute. Is he single? And they love finding out the tea and connecting people. Use the
all
bartenders and
right.
wait staff are
You
the
hear that,
best.
single ladies and single men? Do that. Yeah.
Yes, I love a
What,
good bartender.
Yes.
Monique? What are a couple things that people should avoid if they are going to use dating apps like later in life dating?
Okay, so the first thing you want to avoid when you're using dating apps is making sure that the prompts to the questions on that app are have show emotional depth. Show that they're not just talking about flash or things that you have nothing in common with. Also, looking at their pictures. If people only have pictures of themselves, selfies are in the car, you never quite see anything outside of that type of life, they're usually hiding something. Also, my favorite thing to say, FaceTime saves time, okay? So let's say you're connecting with someone, you're vibing, schedule a time to do FaceTime so you can make sure
I
they look
like
like they're,
that.
yes,
Yes. And this is another thing, guys. I tell my friends the same thing because they're on date. I tell them to go on dating apps because everybody's meeting now on dating apps. They really
yeah,
are.
they are.
And that's my thing. I would never do a dating app because I don't like texting. I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to work it. I'd be like, no, this is too much work for me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not a computer tech person, so dating apps would not work for me. But anyway,
I have clips of you not being a tech person that I could share.
exactly. So that would not be good for me. But my thing is definitely FaceTime, like Monique said, but don't go by just the picture. Like, because sometimes these phones take shitty pictures. They really do.
That
No,
is
really, like
true.
do it. I'm going to tell my friends that definitely do a FaceTime. Or if you think he's a little bit cute, try them. Go out for a drink. Don't go
Right.
for, even you don't have to go for a full dinner. Just meet him out for a drink or something, right?
Absolutely. Like lots of times the first date, give yourself an out. Like I personally, I'm not like trying to meet for coffee. I just look, but go out for a drink so that you have an out. So if you're enjoying each other, you guys can continue and maybe have dinner, but take the pressure off yourself when it comes to dating and just do something where you have an easy out if you need to get out, or you have more time to extend if you're liking the person.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I want to start a dating app. I want to start it. I want to get people together. I'm so into The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and like I love when people find love. Like I love that,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
love bringing love together. Like I do. 'Cause
I was hoping you would say that at one point today. Love, love, love. I love when you
Yeah,
say
I
that.
want
Love,
to
love,
see
love.
like everyone like happy. Like I'm all about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, another question. This is from Jessica in Fort Lauderdale. I keep attracting the same type of guy, charming at first, but emotionally unavailable. Monique, how do I break this cycle and attract someone better?
Okay, so first of all, expanding who and how you date. A lot of times you are so fixated on this list, especially as we get older. That list gets longer, our patience gets shorter. You got to throw out the list and just think about your non-negotiables instead of going like by a list. Because a lot of times you have a long list with all these different unrealistic dating delusional things, you attract the same person. And also, like Teresa and I said earlier, you have to listen to what the man is saying early on. If he says on the first date he doesn't want a long-term relationship or marriage and you do, you know that need to keep it moving. If he is not consistent or not responsive, that is not your cue to start to do things more to hopefully make him do more for you. That is your cue. He's not responding to you for a reason, because when a man wants you, as we know, you will have no question about it. They are very intentional. So just listen earlier and don't make things what it isn't. It
Yeah, I
is
mean,
what it is.
Okay, here's Sophia in Los Angeles. I was married for 15 years and now I'm single at 45. I feel like I have no idea how to flirt anymore. I need your help. How do I put myself out there without feeling like an idiot? I need to know how to flirt again.
Okay, so like we said, when you're not used to flirting, no matter what you do, it's going to feel weird. But that weirdness is also something that is intriguing. So, like we said, you have to show interest, smile, you know, say hello. You don't have to do a whole lot of, all that, but you got to show interest. It's okay to say to someone, "Oh, I like your suit," or, if you're in the grocery store. I love a good grocery store pickup. If you're in the grocery store, you go in produce and he's picking something up, you can say, "Oh, what are you
maybe
making?"
or just crash into his car and be like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Now, yeah.
Exactly. But feed into the awkwardness, because the awkwardness is okay. And, that's intriguing too,
And
being a
that's
little awkward.
you. Yeah,
It
that's you.
is.
And you got to show the person you're interested, because sometimes they are nervous too. So you got to like help a little bit,
Absolutely.
Here's a good one from Tasha. A lot of questions about red flags. She's from Scottsdale, Arizona. It says, what's your best advice for spotting red flags early in dating? What's a subtle but major warning sign most women miss?
Inconsistency is your answer. If they are not texting you, if they are not calling you, if they are not making plans, even if they're in all of your IG stories, looking at your IG stories, even if they're commenting on your posts and things like that, if they have not asked you out on a date or consistently ask you out to go out again, that is your answer. Silence is the biggest answer that we have. And it's a red flag that a lot of women take as a challenge. Don't take it as a challenge. See it for what it is.
This one is from Jessica. Do you think women should make the first move in dating? You pretty much said that. Or should we always wait for the guys to step up?
Okay. So I'm a little old school, right?
Me
I will
too.
show interest. Okay, see, this is why we're here. I will show interest. I will compliment you. But you need to ask me for my number. You need to ask me out on a date. Old school worked for a reason. And I know people in the comments are like, "You're so old fashioned," but that is my thing. Because once you start courting a man, you end up courting him the whole relationship and he doesn't have to put in any work.
Okay, this one has to do with sex. It's from Danielle. And when you're dating in your 40s, do men expect sex earlier than when you were dating younger?
Okay, so my take on sex, I don't follow like 90-day rules or this amount of time. You have to go with when you feel right about something. And what happens for a lot of women, if you sleep with someone and you do not know where you stand in the relationship, then you freak out, your behavior changes, and it makes you a little unattractive to the guy. So if you
I'm
do
old
happen to
school
sleep
with
with,
that too. I'm old
yes,
school
like
with that too.
you got to know where you stand. If you sleep with a man before you know where you stand, you're not going to have solid ground.
I agree.
Well, we know Teresa. We know you waited. You weren't even sleeping at the house, honey. So we already know you.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. Monique, thanks for coming on Turning the Tables. Where can people find you, Monique, and where can they find your book?
I am on IG. I am at Cocktails and Confessions, and my book Reality and Chaos is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Turning the Tables. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe where you get your podcast. And love, love, love you guys, and spread the love. Mwah.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. Let's go. I know you love my style. I'm gonna make them smile. I am the one to win. Keeping them all tuned in. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.